I want to demonstrate today how to close a top bar hive using an 1/8 inch steel rod. I bought the steel rod at Home Depot, and you can get it at any hardware store. Lowe's, I know, carries it, Ace Hardware. One of the biggest complaints people have actually managing the top bar hive is closing it. The problem is that you see here bees come up through the seam between the top bars, and the challenge is closing the hive without squishing a lot of bees. The common method it's called feathering, and it's where I'll pick up both sides of the frame and I actually lever it, slowly kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the bees and pulling back and giving them a chance to get out of the way. Doing that over a little bit of a minute or so, you'll eventually work all the bees out of the seam. You'll be able to close it quickly. Something people have done to help with that, and I've tried it in the past, is actually to give a puff of smoke across the seam. That pushes the bees, it moves them out of the way. A little bit less effective because you really disrupt the hive and you end up breathing the smoke in as you're trying to close it quickly before the bees come back up. To actually use the steel rod, I'm going to bring the top bars to about a 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch gap. I'm going to take the steel rod and I'm going to very carefully work it down between the bars, pushing the bees down until it's resting all the way on the side of the top bar. Now, you want to move kind of quickly here because you'll have bees coming from the top down. But now that I pushed them down, the space is too small for them to come up from the bottom. And I can just close it like that. And I can pull the rod straight up or slide it out from the side, depending on whether or not you have propolis between. See, what I'm doing now is I'm actually working this direction. So I'm not closing them all the way, but if I did want to close this, if I was finished, I would just pull it together all the way. And I'm actually putting the hive back together. So I brought these frames within about a 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch. I'm going to just work it down slowly. So I've got the bees all the way down. Now I'm going to bring it together. Slowly work it together. Slide this steel bar out, the steel rod. Okay. Put it there. Alright, bring it together. Okay, and I'm just going to continue working across.